The Pegg Project, New Knowledge of the Past. Two Australian researchers. Over 2 decades of investigations. Conclusion: evidence of time travel found. What was found? During the past 5,000 years, encounters with time travellers plus the computer technology and data disks taken back with them are documented and described in over 30 ancient texts. Why? To place a warning and associated markers throughout history that are to be found and recognised at a later certain point in the future. What went wrong? Although not known at the time, the first experiment back to the past nudged that society in a new, unintended, different direction. Who was visited? Who would not want to visit ancient Egypt to answer the question of whether the pyramids were built earlier than traditionally thought? What experiment? This computer system and these 3 CD-ROMs were taken back to the past. Ancient Egypt was visited with certain information being shown from the disks. From Redshift 2, it was told that Jupiter has 4 major moons, Saturn has rings, the planets orbit the Sun, and the Sirius A star has an invisible companion, Sirius B. If that information turns up in historical accounts, then it would prove that time travel back to the past has taken place. Any proof of this? Yes, from Mali in West Africa, believed to be of Egyptian descent, the Dogon tribe tell traditional stories that Jupiter has 4 major moons, Saturn has rings, the planets orbit the Sun, and they knew of the invisible star Sirius B. What happened to Egyptian society? When the ancient Egyptians were shown imagery from the discs, they misunderstood what they saw. They thought they were in the presence of deities and took what they saw as the way to sail to the underworld. A polytheistic belief system was spawned based upon the pictures. Any real evidence? Yes, an Egyptian scribe has drawn and described computer parts. A protruding disc-shaped saddle, a desktop box, a full description and drawing of a 2-button mouse and cable, a depiction of a disc, the black screen of the monitor, the transparent half of a jewel case. The black base of a jewel case is the black bowl for the disc, and the rays of the black bowl holds the shiny disc, and a hand picks out the disc from the square black base. What warning? It started with ancient Egypt because disc images spawned the Egyptian myths due to human time travel. They had to be told that their religious myths were not of supernatural origins. But things went wrong. They went back to Egypt, showed one disc, but were again misunderstood, as the disc itself was worshipped as a god. Back again to Egypt. They showed Moses 2 discs, but that did not work as he started a new religion. Next, to John the Baptist, but that warning was also turned into a new religion. To Arabia, to warn that these religions were not of supernatural origins, but a different type of religion spawned. When that did not work, they went to America and gave the clear message that these religions were not of supernatural origins, but yet another religion was created. To break this cycle of religions forming, they went to France, where Nostradamus deliberately hid his information in his works. The solution: a second series of trips back to the past was conducted to place certain markers. The information had to be hidden, as going back to stop the first error from happening would change and destroy our timeline. The markers: Egypt, The Papyrus of Ani depicts computer parts. Babylon. Daniel describes pictures from this disc and history from this one. Jerusalem. Lehi notes the number of discs and some imagery from this one. Babylon. Ezekiel describes this temple from this disc. Greece. John was shown and told about religious, historical and astronomical events and describes specific pictures from this disc. Nostradamus, Smith and others were visited a second time. Other markers include descriptions of specific 1991 Persian Gulf War events, 10 people working on codes in the Bible, with 2 being named. Nostradamus names and talks about the person who made all these discoveries. Mistaken identity. During many of these trips back to the past, the time traveller himself was perceived as either an angel, an elder or wise man, or was simply reported as a man standing nearby. Research reports that reveal the findings by these 2 Australian scholars are either available in Australia as printed books from the Australian Time Travel Study Group or worldwide as e-books from World-Breaking Discoveries. The Pegg Project, New Knowledge of the Past. Evidence of time travel reveals that the world's faith and religions are not from supernatural origins. Preprint papers are available from timetravelevidence.com.au.